Hello everybody, it's Spit Dragonfire here, or just Spit. I'm going to do a quick tutorial on shading today. Well, one of the ways I can shade a couple different ways, most of which you should be able to had, but everyone seems to like. I'm using Paint Tool SAI, which I'm just going to give it to Sai, and yeah, let's get started. I'm not going to show you how to color and choose. Gonna have to figure out how to do it on your own. But just a quick heads up for coloring your lines. See, my lines and colors were done. It's just I went back and filled all that space in. So this is my color layer. And on your line layer, get your wand tool, select outside your lines. Hold on. Don't set it to color difference, just set it to transparency. And then zoom in. Click all these spots outside your lines. So all outside your lines is selected. If it's in itty bitty space, get your selection tool and fill it in manually instead of clicking. Usually it's in like crevices and shiz. And I will most likely use the term shiz a lot in this tutorial. It's on the hair. So yeah, after you get that selected, go to your color layer because you were selecting on your line layer. To the erase button. You're done. Okay, now to start shading, make a new layer above your color layer. And let's say we're going to shade with brown today. Now, fill till you find a nice shade. Okay, now set it to multiply, and you kind of have shading. I need to fiddle with this brown, this thing. Still looks fine. It's a bit less yellow, but I can just play with the line color layer. Between your shading layer and your color layer, put another layer and fill that layer with white. This isn't necessary, it's just when I set things, when I'm shading in the way I'm about to show you, I just like having to go back and sit here and take multiply on and off. So I just put a white layer. And when I want to see what the shading will look like, I just hide that layer. So whatever your base shading color is, get a lighter version of that. And I'm actually going to change what, just gave my brush some texture, but this isn't necessary. I'm just trying something out at the moment. So yeah, just where there's lighter spots, lighten those. And it doesn't have to be gray at this point. In fact, it doesn't have to be gray at all. Okay, now moving the brush over a bit. Well, the color tool over a bit, so that there's not just shades of brown, but some yellow browns and some other shading colors. This is really textury. I normally don't use textured brushes, but I just felt like doing it right now. So more back up in yellow. See, that looks kind of nice, but lo and behold, it can be better. By kind of a lot. So using this kind of yellow color, I'm going to lighten areas. Continue this time, instead of doing really broad, undefined strokes, I'm going to try to stick, what was it, like here, this sticks out a bit more, like this part of the muzzle sticks out, so I wouldn't shade right there. I'd shade here. This is highlighted. Let's see. Looks a bit nicer. To get kind of a slight fur texture, just move your brush up and down in quick strokes. Really simple and the best example of fur texture, but it's kind of quick and effective. I'm talking to fill in space. This character is a friend of mine's character that I decided to draw for the lols, and I was gonna paint it, but that wasn't really coming out that well, so I just went back and lined the initial sketch, which I really liked. Okay, his name's Thunder, by the way. See, that looks all nice and pretty. One problem: there's no white. Not everything has shading. So, that was my cat. Get a really soft brush. I'm gonna try the actual brush this time. But basically, white means there's no shading there at all. Which some things have. Some things have no shading. They have highlights and shades, but they don't have shading. That's not a dark area. So just go back, and like you do with the light color, then notice I'm not coloring everything straight white. Oh, it's a really looking, like this isn't white. That's what I like it, because I have a really low density. Yeah. Quick way to shade. Oh. And one of my favorite tools is the blur tool. That kind of took out a whole lot of texture, but I don't really mind that much, but some people might. So yeah, just be warned. Size blur is apparently kind of funny. Yeah, slight difference. But just remember, white means that there's no shading there. Okay. Unrelated to the shading we're doing right now, but if you are shading a character that is white, for one, never use pure white. Pure white, nothing is pure white. Because even nothing's pure white. It's shades of gray, really. But if you do color a character pure white, like if there was to be a character with Snow White fur, it would never actually be Snow White because it would get dirty so easily. But when shading it, do not shade it with shades of gray. Like if it's in a red background, shade with red. Don't shade with gray, because it'll just kind of look really awkward. But there is an exception to every rule, so don't go flame me if like, I can shade with gray if I want. Like, that's great. But generally, as a rule, it doesn't work. Yay. See? Look at your masterful, extremely simple looking shade. That's simple looking. Extremely easy to do shading. And everyone's gonna be like, OMG, you must have spent hours braiding on that. OMG, I wish I'd shade like you. Ha ha ha. So great. I'm gonna be like, wait. Yeah. It's all nice and shadable. Congrats. Don't need that white layer right now. Here I'm going to change the nose color a little bit. Just gonna lighten the tip. There we go. Anything else I kind of need to do? My favorite things. Eyes, and now I'm going to just play with the line color a bit. Oh, yellow. Okay, I like this color. I'm gonna use this one for my screen there, which is technically not part of the tutorial, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's not tutorial, it's tutorial. My bad, I'm just an idiot. Wait, my light is actually coming from his eye, but I'm special and do everything in my own special way. Yeah, see, glowy eye. And to offset glowy eye, really dark everything else. This to multiply. A giant freaking eraser. And it's down a bit. Now, and you can darken some spots if you add shoes later. Like what I'm doing right now. Here, be darker a bit. Just got a brush. About opacity bit. And oh, highlights. My highlights really suck. Yeah, really lazy. But that wasn't the purpose of this tutorial. So if you want better ones, try somewhere else. That's kind of the end, so see you later. Leave comments below.